What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Hypocritical AF podcast. I am your host, Albert Fig. And in this week's episode, I am joined by the artist, producer, engineer, and owner of the High Frequency Studios in Vallejo, California, Don Caprice. What's up with it, man?
How's it going, man?
Good.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, of course, man. Thank you for coming out. I got another, I'm 2 for 2 for Vallejo artists, okay?
I'm actually from SAG.
Oh, I know, but I'm saying like, from like where you're coming from and everything.
Yeah.
I'm 2 for 2. And that's exactly what I was going to get into now, bro. So I want to tell the people kind of briefly from what we can talk about, like how we, linked up and first met, So it was an early morning, it was an early morning, and it was just on this project that we're a part of. And I was able to meet you. And then we were talking, in between stuff about, what we do and everything. And you told me initially that you're from Sacramento.
Yeah.
Yeah. So born and raised?
Born and raised in Sacramento, yes.
Dang, how many years?
I lived here all the way till I graduated high school.
Jeez.
I never moved. I was born and raised in Sacramento.
Yeah. Okay. So a Sac native, that brings us right here. And then how'd you end up in Vallejo?
It's a long story, but I graduated from West Campus High School. You know that charter school?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a nerd, whatever.
It's good.
The poor nerds, that's where the poor nerds went, West Campus High School.
There you
go. And then I graduated with a degree in anthropology at UC Santa Cruz.
Okay.
Not the best choice, kids. Don't do that. I never wanted to go to college, but I'm a first generation Mexican and first generation Croatian.
Yeah.
So both my parents didn't graduate college. So there was a lot of pressure on me on both sides of the family, both cultures, to go to college. I was never really a school kid, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Like in high school, I had a lot of girls doing my homework for me. So,
really?
Yeah. Like
I feel it.
That's how I got by. Like Spanish homework.
Yeah.
Like I speak Spanish. I just wasn't good at writing it.
Yeah.
Spanish homework, fucking science homework. I copied everything. I was just a likable dude. I went to UC Santa Cruz, tried to do business, failed. First quarter, failed everything. Then I tried to do biology, failed again. And then I tried to do a couple other things here and there. I just couldn't do it, dude. And
I feel it.
That's because I was recording music in my dorm. So basically, I was about to like drop out of college, and I didn't want to disappoint my family at all. So I talked to my counselor, and I'm like, "Yo, what can I graduate in with all these C's and D's and F's that I have, and like a couple B's? What can I get?" She said, "Look, if you hustle your ass off and actually fucking try and focus and stop recording music when you're supposed to go to class."
That's what she told you?
Yeah.
Okay.
When you're supposed,
Yeah, counselor. That's what they're. They want to push a school agenda. Yeah, it makes sense.
So then, you can get a degree in anthropology. So I said, "All right, fuck it." I got a degree in anthropology.
Damn.
So in college, I threw a lot of parties, and I ended up meeting a friend named Ant Trio through my friend Teo, and they're from Vallejo.
Okay.
And so we hit it off at a party. They didn't go to UC Santa Cruz. UC Santa Cruz. They were just in Santa Cruz visiting a friend.
Yeah.
So then we became hella tight, and then I graduated college. And I had all the studio equipment. I saved up a lot of money after busting tables to buy studio equipment, and I was recording people out of my room, in my closet. And I find a commercial lease in Vallejo for $450. Super small, but it's $450, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? I got my best friend in Vallejo, 2 of my best friends there. I have the studio equipment. It's closer to the bay where there's more artists.
Right.
I can use my savings to build the small room to look comfy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go do it.
Yeah.
So I just did it.
You took the chance on yourself and you did that.
Yeah.
And there's deep roots there at the studio, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's where like Pilo and all them, Nef Farrell used to go record when they were younger.
Yes, that's not the same one that I went to though.
That's not
I started in a little small commercial space that probably used to be a closet.
Oh.
During 2020, during the pandemic.
So this isn't even a high frequency yet.
No. I used to go by First Floor Studios.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that landlord tried to evict me during the pandemic.
Damn.
Illegal.
That's not even. I'm about to say, yeah, they can't even do that, right?
No, she couldn't, but she didn't give a fuck. And there's not a lot of funding in the city of Vallejo, so there's not much you can do. Sometimes it's all kind of like it's a war zone. So I was broke, dude. I put my savings all into that studio. Every dollar I got went back to credit cards that I used to invest in music equipment.
Yeah.
And I'm hurting, dude. I'm driving at this point in my life. I'm living at my friend's house in Sacramento because I moved back closer.
Yeah.
And I would drive, and I had a car, so I'm driving back from Sacramento to Vallejo every day.
That's a mob, y'all.
Yeah. It's only an hour, but it's a long hour to come for not having a lot of business. So I wasn't making much money, maybe $30-$40 a day, because it wasn't the best studio.
Yeah.
So I'm about to get evicted, right when things are getting somewhat okay, my landlord's like, "Oh, you need to get out." and I couldn't handle that stress anymore. And I found this other lease that's right down the street, and it used to be this guy named Slapmaster Studio. He used to go by the Slap Cave, and when he first started, he was recording Nef the Pharaoh, Pilo, I Am Sue, all the OG guys.
Yeah.
When they were kids.
Yeah.
And and it was set up to already be a studio. So I call him, I'm like, hey, bro, I'm about to lose my business. I'm stressing. Can you put in a good word for me? He says, it's good.
Oh, wow.
And now I'm in there.
Damn.
And now that is what you saw. You haven't seen it yet, but you'll pull up one day.
Yeah,
That's High Frequency Studios.
For sure, 100%. Yeah, man. Yeah, so that's when I was getting confused. When you had said that, the first spot, and then I'm thinking of the spot that you're in right now, it was still like a period in between. Wow, yeah. Those are the early, struggles that you're going to remember, you know what I'm saying, that you're going to hold and be like, man, I remember this. I remember this specific time of this happened. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's crazy because a lot of people, like when they meet me, they just think like I have it all together. But I mean, dude, like I was home before I got to that studio. I was almost homeless. My very first studio. And then when I got there, I had to choose between my car had broken down, so I had to choose between driving back to Sacramento and getting a job or staying in Vallejo. So I actually chose to stay in Vallejo, sleep at that. Can't really let that, my landlord's not supposed to know that.
Oh,
it's all good. Fuck that bitch. Anyway, so I slept at that studio, the really small one. Yeah. No heater, no air conditioner in this hot summer for like 2 months. Saved up a little bit of money because then I wasn't spending money on gas.
Yeah.
And then got myself a place.
Okay.
And then right after I get myself a place, everything's going good. I get evicted. And then I get to that high frequency place. The floors weren't good. I had to go take out credit cards and make the floors happen. And I just keep doing it. And it's still working. I got 2 rooms now. I'm making music. I'm making beats. I'm in the process of starting my own record label.
Yeah.
Completely independently. No funding at all. Everything comes from my pocket.
That's going to be tough.
So like people think I got this all figured out. I really don't. Like I just shoot. And I miss about 9 out of 10 shots.
But you know what they say?
Yeah.
You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take.
Exactly.
Man, it's crazy. I just talked about this yesterday. I just put it on my Instagram too. I had got like, I was doing, how can I say without giving away too much information from it? Networking, right?
Right.
And I reached out to a few people, and I had like a list, right? All right, I'm gonna, these next 10, I'm gonna just see what's up, And I started off, and I was going off for daily. And out of the first 3 that I just reached out to, one of them replied back and said, "Yeah, let's do it," and set it up. And I was like, "Man, yes," because it's like a big time thing, And I said, I went online and I was saying the same shit. Basically, it's like, yo, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. Shoot your shot, So I'm like a big time Kobe fan. That's why I got him right here. And that's, it's one of the quotes that he would say all the time.
RP.
Yeah, he would say it all the time, man. So, yeah, I definitely feel you on that.
I want to touch on that some more because, this is something I just want people to know about me. Like, while I was in Santa Cruz, after I graduated, it wasn't like I just transitioned to the studio. I actually started bullshitting. I was still partying, and I actually ended up catching a felony in Oregon for money laundering. It was bullshit though. They caught me with a gram of wax and like barely $5,000-$6,000, and they're like, "Oh, well, we got you for something," and they hit me with a felony. It wasn't even a felony, dude.
They didn't hit you with no luckily they didn't, but no type of drug trafficking or anything like that.
No, I had a gram of wax. What can they get? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they, dude, this is crazy because I got interrogated by like people, and I'm not even like this big drug cartel dude at all. Like I was literally just trying to go to LA like the next week and start my music career.
Yeah.
Get hit with that felony, lose all this money. I had to pay all this money to get a lawyer. And here I am thinking like, dude, I'm a college graduate. I went to this school that's a charter school that's for, building leaders. And now here I am catching a felony for some bullshit. And I was supposed to be making music, and now look where I am. So I completely lose everything. I was 24 years old, $0. So I wasn't always this big hustler. I was, but I started, going off the deep end.
Yeah.
And so I remembered like, my family and like everything. And I said, you know what? Fuck this. So I walk into the nearest restaurant that I could get a job to. And I walk into the bar to this bar and I go, hey, I need a job. They go, all we can give you is a busboy job on the weekends. I'm like, I will start right now. You don't have to pay me. And they're like, that's great because this guy just quit.
Damn.
So I start busting Thursday, Friday, Saturdays. We're talking 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. So then I'm like, that's not enough money. I need to get back on my feet, get more studio equipment. I get another job in the morning because my friend, he was a server. I was like, yo, I need a job. They go, well, we got a busboy job. It's from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. I said, okay, give it to me. So I'd work from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, and then Thursday through Sunday I'd work from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. I still needed more money, so what I did, I got a cooking job at another bar. And they're like, "Yo, we got some hours for you on like 3 days a week."
Yeah.
And the hours were 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. So I was working 7 days a week.
Yeah.
For a solid 2 years.
Yeah.
I didn't see my family on Christmas and all that. And I was saving up money, got myself out of student debt, started buying all the studio equipment, started getting that hustle back, but I was tired and exhausted. And right around the time I'm like, kind of getting back on my feet, got my car fixed, I get a call from my tia. She goes, "Hey, your mom's in the hospital." And I'm like, "What?" "Yeah, your mom has a spinal infection."
Oh, damn.
Which is very rare, by the way. That's when the antibodies in the spinal fluid are failing. So
does it leak at all?
Huh?
Does it leak?
I don't really know because I'm not a scientist. But, they did have to cut her spine open, stick a tube up her spinal cord, and throw antibiotics in there.
Jeez.
And so after everything's going good, and I'm like making this money, I'm like, damn, I haven't talked to my family for like 2 years because I just caught a felony. It was kind of distant, and then I started working so much that I didn't have time for anybody. And I just started breaking down crying, dude. I was
I bet.
Yeah, and it was horrible. I go see my mom in the hospital. And she's all cut up and, she can't really talk. And I'm like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? Like I didn't want to be a busboy. I didn't want to be a bartender. And so I start cooling back on the crazy life, sending my mom money. I move into a house with 10 people and I sleep in the living room so I could save money on rent and send it to my mom. So I did that for about 6 months. I'm 25 at this time. This isn't where I envision my life.
Right.
But I'm still like, I need to take care of my mom. My dad's not really around during this time.
Yeah.
I don't have any brothers or sisters, so it's really just on me. There's no answers. There's no help. There's no people helping me at all. It's just either my mom dies or I'm what.
Yeah.
So then she gets better, thank God. She moves in with my tia. I get my own place again. And then after all that shit, the pandemic hits, I decide, fuck this, I'm going to open up the studio in Vallejo. So before all that happened, I was already going through a dark place in my life, bro. And that's how I kind of like the inspiration for my first album, Vices, started. Yeah. Because Vices, I was kind of addicted to drugs. My mom's dying, money's not good. And really, I don't have any brothers or sisters, so I feel lonely inside. Yeah. Not a lot of family anywhere because my dad's family's in Europe, and then I'm just moved to Vallejo. I don't know anybody here. Damn. So I felt very lonely, and I made that album. And I guess where I'm trying to go with this is like, man, like no matter how bad it gets, there's always going to be someone who has it worse. Even me. Yeah. I'm sure there's someone who has it worse than me. Right. You got to keep going because you only have two choices in life. You either keep walking or you stop. Yeah. And so my choice right now, especially being 27 now, I got to keep walking. Yeah. I'm already too deep in this music shit. Like I can't stop now.
Yeah, no, that's true. There's a lot to unpack right there, and definitely some things I want to like revisit real quick. For starters, man, that's a come up. That's a, that's a hustler's mentality. You do have that, and I can relate to that too. I've been in circumstances like that. I feel you with how much time gets taken away in the day, and then hustling out here and then being away from your fam. Yeah, I definitely feel you on that. To kind of give like, I guess my little, I guess how I can relate to it. My closest family is like 3.5 hours away. Actually, no, my sister's 2.5 hours away. But my family, like where my mom, my grandparents, and everybody is at, they live about 3.5 hours away from here. I've been in SAC, like I told you when we linked up. Been here almost 10 years now. Yeah. And it was straight from like I had dipped out of high school. 4 days after graduating, I was in Georgia, and then right when I was done with Georgia, I started school. I left Georgia on a Friday. I started school on a Monday, and I had moved out here to SAC without even apartment. So I came out here the first 2 days, sleeping in my car, driving down the street, up and down El Camino on the five side. No. Yeah, up and down right there, right? Street, yeah. I was going to apartment complex to apartment complex to see which spot would let me in. You know what I'm saying? And I at that time I didn't have proof of income, and I didn't have 2.5 months time to rent. So a lot of places were like, we can't bring you in. Yeah. And I was like, fuck. So and mind you, I had school on Monday, which was orientation, but the first classes officially start on Wednesday. And even at orientation, they're like, what's your address? And I was like, I don't have one. I was like, I can put my grandparents' one, And I was doing that. I found one spot that the dude was really cool. He was like, he's like, I got a spot. It's not technically really open ready. Like it's here, but it's not like utilities. It hasn't transferred. It doesn't end at this day. Right now, they're like there's literally no electricity. But that's how the utilities going. Like we could turn it on, you know. He's like, but it's really just water right there. And I was like, bro, I just need a roof over my head.
Yeah.
So it was like that for like almost 3 days. And so I done all that, you know, but spend time with that. So I've been here ever since. And like I said, all the time with the last 10 years, I go back home, you know, probably not as much as I would like to because I'm so fucking busy.
Yeah.
But fast forward from that, going to school, work, like full time both ways, and I was working in Dixon too at that. So Dixon 6 days a week.
And you're taking the you had a car. Okay.
I had a car, so I'm driving, but then coming back, and at my school I would start at 4 p.m. and I would get out at 3 p.m. from Dixon, start school at 4:30 in SAC in the Arden area. So it was like boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean?
So your whole this point in your life, you're just constantly on the move.
On the move.
And everyone around you kind of has a normal life. Like they can either go to their mom's house, or they already have an apartment, or they already have jobs, and you're moving from across the country.
I'm moving from like just even like when you said about, you know, sleeping in a spot with 10 people.
Yeah.
Bro, my grandparents' house, which my mom and my little brother still live at right now. When I was living right there with them, there was 14 of us in a 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath. So I already know how it is. You know what I mean? And I'm Mexican too, so it's like
yeah, I didn't want to say. I didn't want to say. You feel me? Like Latino.
Hey, that's what I'm saying.
We be doing that
that's
shit.
What I'm saying.
Hey, let's just split the mortgage by 14.
Bro, it's 14.
I'll save some money. I'm like, all right, bet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We're with it,
bro. It's for like I said, but and the same thing. I slept on the floor. You know what I mean? And it was like I always make this little joke about it too, because there was so many of us sleeping on the floor that it looked like enchiladas fucking rolled up and laid down. That's how it looked of all of us laying on the floor, you know? Yeah. So I relate to that when you had said that. And I just been, you know, on the grind ever since, doing, you know, what we're doing right now. You know what I mean?
And we're still on it.
Yeah.
We're still on it. Like, I'm not where I want to be right now.
Right.
Like, I want to be on tour. Like, I'm trying to, even right now, I'm planning my own tour, completely independently funded. I'm renting out venues with my money, working with promoters with my money. These shirts, my money.
Yeah.
You know,
y'all see it. Peep the fit.
Everything is out of my money. There are no donations, dude. I go to the studio. I make my hourly. I take that money. I put it away, and then I put it back into Don Caprice. I put it back in High Frequency.
You invest it right back in yourself.
Yeah,
so that's the best way to get your ROIs.
Yeah, dude. Like I think I've blown through 20. Not even. I've blown through 100K in 2021. Oh, like all invested it back. Invested it back. I'm talking new mics, floors, cars, you know, shirts, everything. And it's just like, you know, people are like, damn, he's really doing it. I'm like, bro, I'm fucking stressed as fuck. I need a break, but you can't.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah.
It's either this or get a 9 to 5. And
there is that. It's that, you know, that roller coaster. It's that Rolodex. It's the, you know, there's ups and downs, and it's all a part of the grind. And actually, too, I remember you talking about, you had said one of the jobs that you had was a taqueria.
Oh, yeah, when I was 14.
And this is way earlier.
Yeah.
And that's the one where they shorted you?
Yeah. Okay, so like I'm half white and I'm half Mexican, but I'm not rich white. My dad's from Europe and he grew up in the Soviet Union. He's Croatian. So when my dad came here, he was like literally broke, like how we are. Like he came here with 30 cents in his pocket. So I'm not rich white. Yeah. But my dad is probably the hardest working man I'm ever gonna meet. And that's where I get my mentality from. Because I've been through some shit, but my dad came here from a country that's getting blown up.
Yeah, literally.
And then went to America with 30 cents in his pocket and then literally I don't even know how he found a way to buy a lawnmower and then started mowing lawns for $5 at a time. Shit. So he just found a way to make money. Yeah. With that being said, you know, my dad, we had a mortgage and my mom was kind of working at the time, but like my dad had torn his meniscus, so he couldn't work. And my dad was a plumber. Yeah. So he needed his body to work. And my mom was working at the Sacramento airport, and they don't pay much over there. She's one of those clerks. And my grandma lived with us, and my grandma doesn't work either. So when that really, I knew how much debt my family was in by the time I was 8 years old. Right. So when I was 14, I felt this burden. And I'm also one kid. My parents can barely afford me. I got a job at this taqueria. Sorry, I'm sorry for the white accent. And they're supposed to pay me $8 an hour cash.
The minimum wage.
And I'd be working like 40 hours a week over there, bro.
Yeah.
Mind you, I'm still in school. Yeah. I'm 14.
Yeah.
No one else my age was doing that.
Yeah.
Not that I know of. Most of them were just smoking weed or playing video games, like normal fucking kids. Yeah. So I'm working, and I'd be putting in these hours, bro, and like it'd be like $100 every 2 weeks. So this guy's paying me $200 a month to wash dishes. So that motherfucker was shorting me like I say he was paying me $5 an hour, but bro, it wasn't even that. Yeah.
when you break it all down,
Yeah,
it's literally less than that.
But I still did it and put that cash away and try to help out, you know. So I was paying for my own bills very early. My parents still, I didn't pay rent, but like I found I was paying for my own food very early.
Right, which helps.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I'd even like buy some of my own groceries, some top ramen for the house.
Right.
I'd buy my grandma food, keep her fed, and then you know, then I started getting on his ass like, hey, bro, I need my $8 an hour.
Oh yeah.
Then I started helping out, you know, bought my own car, pay my own insurance, little shit. So ever since I was a youngin', bro, I've always found a way to make, you know, pull my own weight.
Bro, it's crazy how much I can relate to you now even more too. I was on the same wave. Like literally, I was working.
We're Latinos, like that's kind of like
it's in us, right?
Yeah. Well, not just Latinos. Okay, when kids from who have parents from different countries come to the US, like that's just what we have to do.
Right.
Yeah. So, but obviously we're in California, so it's a lot more Mexicans, a lot more Latinos.
That's what I'm saying. I feel it, bro. I'm in that too. And like everything that you were saying, it's like flashbacks for me because I was like, shit, that was me too. Like I was working in the fields while in high school.
Bless your soul.
And I was, I was like,
I never did that.
But it wasn't like I was doing it like all year round. It was seasonal work. You know what I mean? So I would do that, and the money that I was making, I was able to save enough up, and I bought a fucking $800 beater. It was 96 Nissan 200 SX.
Mine was a 1990 Chevy Impala, but it was totaled. Like, it wasn't totaled. Like, it was like
mine was a salvage title that didn't have an airbag.
Mine was a salvage title. Air conditioner didn't work. One of the windows didn't roll down. So I was like, but I'd be driving with my friends. I'm like, I got a car, you know.
That's what I felt like that too.
So they came inside. They're like, bro, turn the air conditioner. I'm like, roll the windows down.
Roll the windows down. That's the AC.
I was so embarrassed. I tell them that the AC is too expensive, too much gas.
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah. Shit. Me, it was just like, I don't got it. It would roll down the windows. You know what I mean? So I feel you on that. Like I said, I was doing those same things, covering my own thing, covering my own insurance, covering the car, and actually for the first couple, you know, however many months, there was no insurance. And I didn't even have
me neither.
The first 6 months, I was like, I had my permit, and I was driving off a permit until I,
too.
Yeah. So that's why it's like, bro, I'm talking about I was mobbing like city to city too, like, you know, up and down the 101 permit. But you know, don't do that, kids.
Yeah,
get your license.
It's a good story to tell when you're older, but like looking back at it, you're like, bro, I was crazy.
Bro, yeah. Look, one time I remember I needed gas, and I didn't have any gas, and I didn't have any money either, because I had spent all my money buying food, buying new boots and clothes for the fields, and then I wanted a fresh outfit for school because I hadn't bought anything for myself, right? So I spent my money, and I did have savings, so I guess I wasn't broke, but I made sure my savings were my savings. You know what I'm saying?
Touch it. Yeah,
I didn't touch it. So to me, it was like I'm broke right now.
Me too.
I remember I had gotten like an eighth. You know what I mean? And this dude was like, yo, I'm trying to get some weed right now. And I was like, bro, $30 if you want. Eighth, a little half eighth. You know what I mean? Like, I'll give it to you 30. You know what I mean? And he's just like, bet. You know what I mean? Gave me $30.
Got your gas money.
Got my gas money for the week because it was a 4-banger, you know. And this was big. It might seem like a long time ago. This was back when gas was like $2.80 or some shit like that. You know what I mean?
Man,
that's back in the day. Yeah, that's back in the day. So 30 I was good for the week, and I wasn't mobbing around like hella crazy. You know what I mean? So it's crazy that you said that, because like I said, it reminds me of all those, and it brings up all those stories.
That's crazy. I really remember back when I was, it wasn't that long ago, I was 16, but like you put $40 in your tank. $4 got you through the whole week.
Yeah.
Now,
bro,
we're talking like 2 days.
Bro,
we're talking a trip.
Bro, I put 40 yesterday, and it's already below quarter of a tank.
They're putting something in this gas, bro. Like they're putting it's got to be watered down or something.
That's what, bro.
I swear to God.
Me and the homies were just saying that too. It feels like it's going by, like it's liquided. You know what I mean? Liquid, is that a word?
Liquidated, watered down.
Like it's just watered down, like you said.
Because I'm like, I get it, but like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I think they're fucking with us.
I mean, I don't try to get into politics, especially not in a podcast. For one, bro, I don't even keep up with politics like that.
It's too tough, because it's just, there's so much information coming in this way, who's believing what, and what is right.
Morals. Like I have morals. Like I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't want cops shooting anybody. I don't want my people getting taken on the border.
Right.
But like, I mean, personally, like I just don't know which politician to trust, so I try to not get into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why in this one too, I've never really gone into it, because I'm like, why?
I try to be a good person. Feel me? That's all I can do.
And that's ultimately that's all we can do. You know what I mean? So I definitely feel you on that. But so how, I know you had said it. I don't know if we talked about it a little bit, you know, when we clinked up, or maybe it was just when I was on your Instagram. But you were saying like how your family too, like all were just like, what are you doing? Like pursuing the music thing with all this going on, right?
My father, like I said, grew up in the Soviet Union.
Yeah.
And so he's Croatian. I don't know, just think very old school Catholic mindset. You know, he wanted me to be a lawyer or a doctor,
right?
You know, because he went through some shit when he was a kid. You know, my dad's dad died of a heart attack when my dad was like 6 or 8 years old.
Oh shit!
So that will do something to a kid early, especially when you're living in a farm town. He had a farm earlier as a kid. He had to provide for his family right when he's 6 or 8. He had 3 sisters. My grandma's not, you know, so he had to provide when he was very young. So, you know, and he had to work hard. And then he didn't want to be a plumber, but, you know, that's just what he could do to make money.
Right.
Because, you know, he had the big muscles at the time, you know. He wanted to be a veteran.
Yeah.
A veterinarian. Not a veteran. A veterinarian.
Yeah.
3 languages.
Sure, both.
But, you know, so I didn't follow the footsteps that he wanted me to. But, bro, like, I just loved music ever since I could remember. 5 years old, I was playing guitar. Yeah. My grandpa was a mariachi. And he taught me that, and that was it. The minute you put a guitar in my hand and I heard those notes, I was like, I need to do this. Yeah. And then my mom tried to go to college for like accounting, but I mean, my mom's Chicana. She was a party girl, and you know, she had trouble graduating and shit. You know, like, and then again, her grandma got sick too. Ironically, you know, they say in the Bible that you follow the footsteps of your parents, the son will reap. The son will pay for his father's sins. Anyway, that's something different. But anyway, my grandma, my mom's mom got sick too. So when she was in college, she actually dropped out to take care of her, and so my mom just never could finish. And then, you know, she got older, hit her 30s. Yeah, and you know, it gets harder the older you get, and then she had to pay rent and all that. So, you know, when I did go to college, but when they found out that in college, like, I was like skipping class to make music, they're like, what the hell? They weren't paying for my college though. Don't get me wrong. I had financial aid, you know, I had a job and all that, but still, they're like, what are you doing? I don't want anyone to think like, oh, so your dad's paying, you know, like, don't spread those stupid rumors around, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Your dad paid for your college. Yeah. No, I had a job. I had 2 jobs in college. Yeah. Yeah. I feel,
and speaking about the relatability between us, I was that too. I was the first person in my family to attend a college too, and graduate from one. Mind you, I didn't go to a UC, and I actually got kicked out of my first college. And
I almost failed my first year. Right
so
there.
Hey, again, the relatability. College dropouts. That's what I'm saying. So that was my first go around. Like I said, now the second time around, I finally, you know, got right, and then, you know, thankfully and luckily, I was able to, you know, take care of everything I got to take care of. But it was a good feeling. Like I wonder that too, because I didn't really get. I guess that because I was in my mind, it's like I'm already here. I'm in college. I'm doing it. So in my mind, it's like I'm winning. Like I won. You know what I mean? And but I don't know what that feeling is like of having your family questioning what you're doing. You know what I mean?
No mom has a son who goes, I want this guy to open up a recording studio one day and pursue rap. No mom does that. So I understand. Yeah. But I'm gonna get even deeper into this. Like, we only got one life to live, you feel me? And if it doesn't like, yeah, I could have been a doctor, but is that my passion? Maybe, but no, my passion's music. I love wearing my own Don Caprice shirts. I love having my own studio. That's what I love to do. Yeah. It's hard, but I love it.
Producing, engineering, making beats.
And when I was bartending, bro, I was making good money. Yeah. You know, busting up, but was I happy? No, dude. Every day I'd walk into those fucking jobs and just be like, what am I doing here? I should be pursuing music every day. And then there was actually a point when I opened up the studio during the pandemic when shit was like, you know, on that iffy stage. Yeah. I did get a job again, a bartending job again. Okay. And I got depressed.
And it wasn't, it just
I was like, what the fuck am I doing? So, you know, you only got one life to live. You got to do what you love.
True.
So don't sell your soul for no money. You feel me? If you want to be a veterinarian, go do that shit. I don't care how old you are. Go do it. Don't become a lawyer because it pays more money. Right. You feel me? Yeah. Like, you got to do what you love, because the point in life is to be happy. And we do need money to live, but money isn't everything, dude. And
it comes and goes.
I hate this I don't hate this generation, but this generation focuses too much on money when we need to focus on health, ethics, morals, being
the
good
passion
people.
Of things, really.
Yeah, bro, because all you need to survive, you just need a house, nice little flat screen TV, couple dogs, a wife that loves you, some kids, you feel me?
And some would say you don't even need half of that. You know what I mean? Exactly. And some would say you don't need half of that.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have all that, but like, I mean, I've met some rich people that are miserable, bro. I've met some I'm not gonna name any names, but I met people who have millions of dollars and they're fucking not happy, dude. So like, I mean, I'm I'm not the richest dude ever, but like I'm on my way there. I'm pursuing my music, and I'm happy that I can say that I'm doing it. I don't care about how many streams I got on Spotify. I don't care about my notoriety. I love making music, bro. Like this is a therapy for me.
And you know what? Speaking about the music thing, I was the visuals too that you have in the music videos.
Yeah,
they're fucking clean, man.
Thank you.
They're fucking clean. I was showing a few of my homies too because they also make you know,
shout out Noble Cinema.
Yes.
And shout out my homie Sai Iladias.
The visuals are great.
Yeah. Both those are my two videographers, Noble Cinema and Iladias. Iladias, I actually went to college with him, UC Santa Cruz. Yeah, crazy. And we didn't really talk in college, bro. Yeah. And then we linked up, and I'm like, bro, you're doing videos? And he's like, yeah, you're doing music? I was like, bro, we got to link. Because, you know, it's like, you know, we went to the same school.
Right.
We're both kind of weirdos, too. You feel me?
Yeah.
And now we're like, now he's that underrated videographer in the Bay. And, I mean, humbly, I'm that underrated artist.
Let's go.
Bay, you know?
Let's go.
I'm from Sac.
Yeah. No, that's dope. I love that dynamic, too, because like I said, I was showing a few of my homies that like, that shoot, too, or that, you know, are in this, you know, creative side of things, you know, and so when they saw the visuals too and they liked it, they were just like, "Oh, that shit looks dope." I'm like, "I know, bro.
Appreciate
like,
you."
Even the ones, I don't know, is it you're the one that's shooting it? Sometimes in the studio too, the 2-angle one.
Oh yeah, that's me.
Yeah, that 2-angle one. Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, those are me. I'm gonna try to keep doing those, but I want to try something different.
Yeah,
I like doing them, but I feel like there's a lot of people doing live sessions now.
Yeah,
you know, Good Company, and then there's some place called Candyland, and then Noble Cinema was doing it too. Like, I'm not hating. It's just like I wanna be different. I might still do them, but I wanna, maybe I'm just Don Caprice and I sell colognes. You feel me? Maybe I'm that artist. Maybe I'm gonna be that first artist that really brands himself as a brand.
Yeah,
because you know, you think Kendrick, you think J. Cole, they brand their stuffs with a different name. Don Caprice for me is a brand altogether. I'm gonna make shirts, I want to make shoes, I want to make colognes, music, and I want that to be just the overall luxury brand altogether. And it's still make music, brand myself. Like I'm a businessman.
Yeah, I'm a businessman.
But yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I'm biting off a lot right now. Like I'm doing videos, I make beats. I got these little independent record label contracts I'm doing for artists who can't afford studio time. So I'm giving them an option to like give me a budget and I work with them.
Gotcha.
And we share the masters.
Yeah.
And then I make music myself, which is fucking the whole reason I'm doing this is because I love making music for myself.
Right.
And then I'm also getting my real estate license because I want to own land.
Of course.
So then I have the clones, I got the shirts. I'm doing all this stuff right here.
Promoting too, right?
Promoting. I do shows, and I'm doing all this stuff, and you know it's great. But eventually, what I think I want to do, I want to just be Don.
Yeah.
I want to just be Don. Still help people, but I want to be centered around Don.
And it also, you know, realistically, it's another lane and it's another avenue of approach to open doors for. You know, you might be getting into, you know, acting. You might be getting into, you know, photography. You might
we already did acting.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I didn't have to say it.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, you know, there's different avenues that might, you know, be opening the doors like that. So, you know, there's some good things out there, and that's like my biggest thing. It's, you know, it's creating, like what you said, that brand. I'm on the same wavelength. That's what I've been, you know, kind of plotting and thinking about myself. And it's cool, like I said, to hear a fellow creative artist. I mean, I don't make music, but you know,
I mean, the hustler's mentality is a hustler's mentality. Also, that's crazy because we never would have got to do this if I didn't fucking wake up at 3 a.m. I actually didn't even wake up because you already know the story. So I'm gonna just let the fans know. So
once it's out, we'll talk about it.
We did a movie, right?
Yeah.
And so I actually got that part because of someone I went to high school with who's also a hustler, Devin Session.
Okay.
And then so he was like, "Hey, bro, I got a part for you. It's paid." I'm like, "All right, let me do it. Whatever."
Yeah.
The day before, bro, my girl who is a host, she has to host at this club. She gets paid to do it. I'm like, "All right, I'm gonna go support you."
Yeah.
And then I was like, "But I have to do a movie part at 5 a.m." She goes, "I get off at like 2 or 3." I'm like, "Well,
it is what it is.
It is what it is." She goes, and she's right after this one. She's like, "All right, I'm coming with you."
Yeah.
I was like, "All right, bet."
Yeah.
So, you know, we party, drink.
Yeah.
I get fucked up. She doesn't really drink like that. And she's like, "All right, I'm gonna drive you, baby." I'm like, "I love you." So, you know, I'm like, I need to sleep. I sleep for an hour all the way back to Sac from San Francisco. Or maybe not even an hour. Get there and I go to the nearest gas station, get myself a coffee, water, you know, wash my face down and get there. And I meet you.
Yep.
And now we're doing the podcast.
And it's a full circle moment too, because the person who you know, that I connected with and who helped with everything, he's a podcast alum too, so he's been here, you know, multiple times as well. And so it's a good small, crazy
I
world.
could have slept that day.
Yeah, you could have.
Yeah.
Bro, I could have been like, "Oh, I'm busy that day" or some shit like
Nah.
that too. You know, because I had to get up early too. Not so as early as you.
Yeah. I
But
didn't, well, I mean,
it's like right here.
I was partying.
Yeah. But it's like I said, it's a cool thing, bro. And maybe it was just meant to be, because after we got done with our thing, I really did dive deep into the music, and even the stuff, I don't even if it's out, but some of the stuff that you sent me, I'm like, damn, this fucker's good. You know what I mean? I'm like, he's fucking good, and like that's why I showed a few of my homies, because I was like, bro, he's fucking good. You know what I mean? Like, talented.
And I'm trying, bro. I hate and love it, but like, bro, I do want my flowers very soon. I've been putting. I used to go by Evo, and I had 3 albums before that, and then I changed to Don. I quit for like 2 years, and I changed to Don. So this is gonna be my 5th project, Ladybug, dropping June 30th. Please check it out. And I really like every song I make, bro. It comes from a mental space. This isn't like. It's not just clockwork for me. Like I go through shit and then I put it on the song. So like this music means a lot to me.
Right.
Whether or not it's the best or whatever, I really try hard on it and I want to live off it. So I'm really hoping that, pretty soon people are gonna listen to him like, oh, this guy really does try hard.
Yeah.
And one more thing I want to say, as far as like fucking with people, like if I follow you, bro, and you make music, or if I follow you and you are a podcaster or whatever, I don't follow you for clout. I follow you because I fuck with your mentality. Like I like even if I didn't like your podcast, you could be talking about like just cats on this.
Yeah.
But I fuck with you. So I'm gonna follow you and I'm gonna support you. I'm gonna drop comments. I'm gonna like it.
Yeah.
So I need like anyone like, bro, like not everyone that I follow on my gram, I don't necessarily fuck with their music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I fuck with their hustle.
And
I just want to support them in that. Like I fuck with your personality, because if you have a passion and you're passionate about it, really passionate about it, I'm gonna support you.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean I gotta necessarily like every piece of art that you do.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like what I'm about. Like you don't gotta necessarily like every song I make, but like respect the hustle. You feel me? Just respect the hustle, respect the drive, respect the passion, and respect how genuine I am.
And it's also that's one thing that they can't take away from you, or that can't get denied. You know what I'm saying? You could, like I said, whether you like it or not, that's subjective, but you can't deny the work that's being put in.
Yeah.
You can't deny what you've built up and what you've created. And you also can't deny the background, because you could be like, look, I got receipts for all this. I could show you where I came from, what I was doing to get here. Now, don't look at, where I'm at currently and base it off of like,
and then judge my personality.
Judge it off that. Like, nah, you gotta, and that's why I like about that. This is why I feel podcasts are great.
Yeah.
And because it gives artists like yourself the opportunity to kind of like let the people know about more themselves on a personal level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I feel like people think I'm a hard ass.
You think so?
I swear to God, bro. Everyone,
Really?
you met me for me before following me.
Yeah.
But like everyone I meet, it's like, bro, before I met you, like I thought you were like this hard ass asshole. And like,
Damn.
then I found you drink, you smoke, you be going to clubs. I'm like, yeah, bro, I like to I'm a person,
Yeah,
bro.
you're
Like
still
I like
human at the end of the day.
I went to college, like I partied in college. You know? I'm a hard worker, but I'm not a hard ass, and I genuinely want everyone in my circle to win. And I'm not saying that I don't get jealous or I don't get angry, but like like I do have those emotions. But I genuinely want my people to win. I don't care who you are. If I want everyone that I've ever met who's shown me love to win.
Yeah,
who's never tried to backstab me. And even then, bro, I'm a forgiving dude. Like you can ask a lot of my friends. Like I'm still friends with people who have done me dirty, and I just choose it. Like I'm talking like stolen from me, money from me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, bro, it's good. Like I forgive you. Just like change your ways. And that's the type of guy that I've always been. And I don't gotta lie about that. And
bro, I'm laughing, I'm smiling, because it's like, I'm the same. I've said those exact same words. I just want everybody around me to win and elevate themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I'm not trying to be anyone but my older version of myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not trying to be J. Cole. I'm not trying to be Kendrick. I'm just trying to be Don Caprice.
Yeah.
I don't want to be compared to nobody. Like, just let me do me, and then let me inspire people,
Right.
And if my friend ends up doing better than me, whatever, I'm like, that's cool. Great. You put in that work. You got there because you put in that work.
I'm right here.
This guy right here, him and Jordan.
Yeah.
I mean, if you watch videos on him, they were assholes.
Oh, yeah.
But you can't take away from the fact these guys put in work.
Yeah.
They put in that fucking work. That's why they're the GOATs. So
yeah.
maybe when you the more of the story is like try to stay humble, but when you get to a certain level of greatness, you put in so much work. Maybe that's why you become an asshole, because you're trying to be hard on someone.
Yeah.
So they can become great.
Yeah. And it's also, I mean, not to repeat myself, but that's also the come up. That's a part of the process. And it's only I'm not gonna say only, but as the more success that other people get, you start to see that two versions come out of themselves. It's either the true real versions of themselves that are, if they are asshole, then the real person, the real asshole is going to come out, or they, they've took another information that they caught from and they learned from, and then they steer this way, and it's two different versions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's all about perspective at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So I definitely feel that. Well, let's talk about this project, bro. Let's talk about it. Ladybug dropping June 30th.
June 30th. It was supposed to be June 26th, but it's crazy. Yesterday was the full moon. And I don't know what the fuck that means, but it's cool.
Is Mercury in retrograde?
I don't know.
I don't know, but I just hear girls talk about it all the time.
But sometimes there is this one time that Mercury was in retrograde, bro, and I was going through the most stressful time of my life, and I was like, is this shit real? But I don't know. I try to not pay.
It's funny that, so again, I don't know bro, this is like crazy, like just how things lined up. So, my son yesterday, right? He has like this weird stomach ache. Like his stomach's been fucking hurting. He was up like all night. I've been up like since midnight, and I slept maybe three hours total because I got up at like 3:45 this morning. You know what I'm saying?
Right on.
So I'm going off for like 3 hours of sleep right now. This morning, I was talking to one of my homegirls, and I was just saying like, oh, like, my son's, he has a stomach issue right now, so fucking didn't get much sleep. She goes, you know what? It's because it was a full moon yesterday. And then we just said,
like, what the fuck? No, maybe you just ate something. I don't know.
But it's funny that you said it because it's like the full moon. It could be, you know what I mean?
Crazy thing is, though, it was a full moon yesterday. I just finished mixing and mastering every song yesterday. And I was like, and then I say it's a full moon. I'm like, does this mean something?
See, hey, it's the yin and the yang.
Yeah. But Ladybug, okay, so I've been going, it's crazy. I got some bad luck, bro. But so it starts when I met this girl. And I fell in love with her, super. And this is probably the first girl that really challenged my ego. Because most girls that I dated, bro, like it was kind of like if they did something that I didn't like, I'm like, I'm not dealing with this. Goodbye,
That's a tough line right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Challenge your ego.
And she wasn't necessarily, and I challenged hers too. And we've kind of grown together. But she like really made me see me for who I was. She kind of let me know, like, you're a hustler and all that, but you could be farther. And no woman's ever really told that to me. Like, you got to work harder. I was like, me work harder? I'm like, she's like, you got to work harder. Yeah. Because there's people my age who are millionaires. What were they? Doing? You know what I'm saying? A lot of millionaires are self-made.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's Ladybug's kind of about me falling in love with this girl. So the first beginning of the album is me and my ego. Me talking about I don't know if you've heard my album Vices. I have this song called Thoughts in My Mind. The first song on the second album, I actually sent it to you, is Thoughts in My Mind too.
The one you sent me, right?
Yep.
Okay, yep.
And that's just kind of about, that's just me venting. Thoughts in My Mind is me venting. It's every type of thought that's ever entered my mind onto a song.
It's deep.
Then it's about two, like, songs me talking my shit. And then I flip it to a voicemail from her that she sent me. Hey, baby. I don't want to give away too much. Then the next half of the album was just me being in love with her.
Okay.
Madly in love. Like, there's nothing, she can do no wrong. She can fucking call me a fucking bitch. I'm like, I still love you. Because, you're in that honeymoon stage and you fall in love with a girl. I've never been madly in love with a girl like this before. I'm like, holy shit. Yeah. And then the last half is me coming back to reality, realizing that, for me to be a good man, I got to respect myself still. I still love you. But, also, I'm still Don.
Yeah.
So then the last half is me kind of saying like, hey, I'm going back to the music. I'm going back to the hustle. And then the very last song, it's a whole bunch of voicemails from all my friends who were calling me during this honeymoon stage with this girl. And they're like, where the fuck are you, bro? We have a studio session. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And the last song, it's like me and all my best friends. Like, we come on the last song to say, I wish I was you. The last song, Wish I Was You, is about me kind of wanting to be a normal person. I don't want to be a rapper. I just want to maybe do the 9-to-5, raise some kids.
Okay.
And just, pay a mortgage. Because there's simplicity in not having drive.
Yeah.
And it's almost better because when I, even right now, I have to drive from Hayward over here to do a podcast. If I had a 9-to-5 that paid me $300,000 a year, I wouldn't need to do this, Yeah. If I didn't have this drive to do music, I wouldn't need to do this. And then those people who have those regular jobs, they meet a girl that they love, they have some kids, they raise the kids, send them to college, and it's a beautiful thing. That's what life's about.
Right.
But then when you have this ambition, you almost have to put off love.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I could have had a date with my girl today, but I'm over here doing the podcast. So sometimes I kind of like say, hey, I wish I was normal again. Because before the music shit was easy. Bussing tables was easy. Bartending was easy.
Yeah.
I was making money. I could pay my bills. And, and I go out and then I go on the weekends with my friends. We get hungover and then we do it again.
Right.
And now there's none of that.
Yeah.
I mean, I still party, but like it's a different lifestyle. It's a little bit toxic, a little bit enlightening, but it's just crazy. So that's what Wish I Was You was about. But that's Ladybug. back to why I called it Ladybug. So I had a Beamer, bro, a nice 528i, and I was driving, and it's crazy. I was I bought the Beamer mostly because it was my dream car when I was 16, and then
Bucket list.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
and then I got it. I'm like, this shit sucks. You know what I mean?
Man,
with these gas
not
prices, like, I don't fucking need this shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a fuck if people see what car I drive. Like, I'm always at the studio anyway.
Yeah.
So I was gonna go buy a Honda, and like on my way to go buy the fucking Honda, my car gets totaled. And I'm like, fuck, dude.
Damn.
Then I get a rental, and then that car gets hit too. My neck gets fucked up, my bats get fucked up, and I'm like, bro. I'm in the park, and my girl was in the car both times too. Luckily, nothing happened to her. And we're walking the park, and we're just like, "What the fuck are we gonna do? You have no car, you know, this and that." I mean, I have a car now, but like it was still like that transition.
Yeah.
You know, you have to do the album, you have to figure this out.
Right.
And I'm like, well, this is the worst thing that happened. And I'm like, I'm all stressing, me, and then a ladybug lands on my hand.
Is that like?
It's a symbol for good luck.
Yeah.
And most people might know this, but in like it's a biblical reference. So like there's in Europe, like the peasants, they were growing crops, and the crops are getting eaten. So they prayed to the Virgin Mary.
Oh, I have heard about this.
Yeah. And then the ladybug came and ate all the bugs that were eating the crops, and then that's why they call it the ladybug. That's the story. You know, I don't know if it's true. Maybe they called it a ladybug in 1950, and then some white, but that's the biblical reference.
Right.
So that's what ladybug is all together. That's what it's about. It's my ego, me falling in love, losing the ego, coming back, and then realizing that everything's going to be okay. And then you just got to do you.
So it's really a full body of work.
Yeah. So is Vices.
Yeah.
I imitated Eminem's Marshall Mathers LP because you know how he does like these skits.
Yeah.
I have skits in that. If you listen to Vices, I have skits in there too.
Bro, I was not confused, but I was trying to like going through it. I remember like thinking, this is. I was talking to one of my homie Marcos. He's been on the podcast before too. Shout out to Marcos.
Shout out Marcos. I haven't met you yet.
We were talking about there hasn't been a lot of conceptual albums like as of late. Not saying that there isn't, but there hasn't been like a lot.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying?
I feel like music's been destroyed. I feel like people are just, I feel like the music, even when good music, people are just dropping albums or dropping singles after singles, albums after albums just to make the streams and the money.
Right.
And it's not about the art anymore. And I'm sure there's, there's artists out there that are still about the art, but like music has been turned to this business, which is great. But like, I'm like, I don't really like that about it. I'm trying to keep that alive. That like this album that I made really came from me. Like it's about me. Like it's my art. It's not, I'm not dropping this to get a whole bunch of streams, make the revenue, then invest, that's not what it's about for me. I'm doing it for me. So I'm trying to bring that back, and I'll bring that back. And I hope that there's going to be a couple artists that hear that and go, let's do that again. Like we don't need an artist dropping like 100 singles a year. Yeah. We don't need that, bro. Like even if it's all good music, like then it just gets saturated.
Well, bro, that's again, it's crazy hearing this because maybe there is something with this moon shit, bro. I swear, because maybe there's something with the moon. Because look at like I said, the reason why I brought up the conceptual album thing is because that's what I was getting when I was listening to Devices. It was like, okay, this is like a full thing. Like meaning, like when I say body of work, again, no disrespect for any of the people making music. I'm talking about a body of work. Like it's a thing.
Start to finish, it's a story. Ladybug's a story too.
Okay, so look at that.
And so is my third album, Curse of Empathy. Start to finish, it's also a story.
Bodies of work, man.
My third album's already like I'm mixing mastering that as we speak right now.
Okay. So
I'll come back and talk about that one.
So
that one's dark.
So after hearing, I'm looking forward to. I love dark albums. Post Malone just dropped the album too. I don't know if you listened to him or like.
I love Post Malone. Yeah,
his album. It's pretty dark. I liked it.
Yeah.
But it's funny that you said that because you were talking about how like the music has been in shambles and it's just artists, like literally just pushing things out to push out. Bro, when I tell you before you got here and I was on my phone, I was just looking and I saw there's a clip. I'm sure you've seen it too, maybe, but it's basically a clip of Beyonce saying exactly what you just said.
How music is saturated.
She just said, in her words, maybe not verbatim, but she was just saying, she says, no one's making albums anymore. She goes, they're just putting out singles to just, and they go hit. They're here. They're hot for a minute, and they're quick. They're 2 minutes, 2 minutes this, 2 minutes that, and she's just like, no one's making albums anymore. And it's funny, like I said, that I would just sitting here, I had just heard that, and then you're talking about that too, and we're talking about you dropping a body of work that's going to be a conceptual album that's going to be big.
I'm gonna do that I'm gonna do that for the rest of my career.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. I tried doing the single thing, bro.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, "Hey, bro, if you're super underrated, but I think you should just make single after single." I'm like, bro, shut the fuck up.
I'll tell them.
I make songs when I'm going through shit.
Yeah.
If I'm happy, I write a happy song. If I'm depressed, I write a depressed song.
Mm-hmm.
I don't just bust out a song every week, dude.
Yeah.
I have a lot of music, but everything, like, I have a lot of unreleased music too.
Mm-hmm.
I probably have a year's worth of unreleased music.
Damn.
I don't like every song. I'm not just gonna drop it just to drop it. No, like, this is my shit, and I'm gonna advertise that.
Yeah.
Fucking Jordans, they don't just. I think Jordan drops a shoe every year or something like that, right? Like, it's
something. I mean,
I'm not gonna. I don't even know. I'm not gonna compare it to that, but like,
Yeah.
the point is, like, art is really, it's art for me. I want to keep that alive, and I want to encourage other artists, like, make art again. Don't just listen to single after single after single. Like, bro, like, this. Don't just do this for the cloud. Do this because you love it. Like, if you're not doing this because you love it, you're gonna end up broke.
Yeah, no, that's a fact.
Yeah.
There's another one of my artists. Another one of my homies who's an artist. I gotta shout him out too, because he would fall exactly into this convo what we're talking about as far as bodies of work and like putting it out and doing everything that you're talking about. His name is Fresh Mix.
Fresh Mix.
Yeah,
I'm gonna check him out.
Check him out, man. He's from we're from the same area originally, but he's out in Humboldt, California, Humboldt County, for those that don't know. And he makes music, bro. Same thing. Writes, produces, engineers, makes beats.
Shit's tough.
And it's fuck, bro. He gets down. You know what I'm saying?
Tough.
And just hearing you talk about that, he's like one of the first people that popped into my mind. So shout out Fresh Mix.
Shout out Fresh Mix, man. This shit's not easy. I'm gonna demand my respect. Like, bro, I had to build my studio. Every piece of equipment I paid for, teach myself how to engineer. Of course I had help. Don't get me wrong, but like, I paid for everything. The financial part, I had to do it. I had to get these commercial leases. I had to build my credit to even qualify for these commercial leases. Then I had to teach myself how to make beats, get the programs. The programs aren't free.
Yeah.
Then I got to get good at singing.
Yeah.
And then after I get good at singing, I got to get better at singing. Then I got to get good at rapping. And then after I get good at rapping, I got to get better at rapping than everyone else who's already good at rapping.
Yeah.
And after that, I got to learn how to market.
Yeah. Oh, bro, it's it
is tough. Dude.
Start from the first thing you said that was getting these leases, the commercial leases and all that, and just, actually getting that in. Bro, that alone, I'd say about, and this is me being, generous with it, 50% of the people would already give up from there.
Yeah.
Because it's intimidating.
I got a 757 credit score, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was not hard. That shit was not easy to do. That shit was hard to do. And if you don't have good credit, no one wants to let you open up a business.
Oh, yeah.
I also had to get a commercial lease. Like, they check your background, they check all that shit, and they had to check my bank accounts for me to even get that. And if you don't have that, they're not giving it to you. So if anyone has a commercial lease, it's because those motherfuckers are hustlers. They really try to do that. They had to prove, like, hey, this is how much I make every month. Here's my credit score. Here's my social security. Here's how long my dick is.
Yeah, basically, they're just like, name your last 5 partners. You know what I mean? Exactly. It's a lot that goes
where
into
you live.
Yeah, bro. So I get that too, and that's why I said I was being generous with the 50%, because it's like a lot of people, it's the intimidation factor that they would just straight up give up off that. You know what I'm saying? So that even tells, more about you, more about your character, and more about your hustle, that you got this, and that.
I also have no brothers or sisters, bro. I'm my only child.
Yeah.
So I have.
And you know what? Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
This is kind of like a more so like a personal question on my end.
Before anyone who heard that, Peanut, Jay, Jerome, and I love you guys. You guys are my brothers. I'm talking about blood brothers. We came out the same vagina. Like, I got a lot of close, you know what I'm saying? But I have no.
Respectfully.
You know what I'm saying? Kimbo, love you too.
Respectfully. Well, so personal question from mine. How was that growing up as an only child?
I grew up in a toxic household.
Okay.
My mom was an alcoholic. She lost, I love her to death. Always gonna love my mom. But, she grew up with 13 brothers and sisters, a lot of primos. Her grandma had 4 baby daddies.
She has her vices.
Yeah, exactly. And I learned my vices from her. I think I learned drug addiction from her. I never caught my mom doing drugs, but I had my suspicions. But I did catch her drinking a lot.
Yeah.
And she would leave a lot. Like, she'd disappear to go to the bar. And I didn't have the traditional mother figure growing up.
Yeah.
So kind of dealing with that, as not only as an only child, but also most of my friends in school, they had somewhat normal mothers. Like, they pick them up, cook for them, do their laundry. So that not having that motherly figure as an only child, I would say probably made me depressed very early as a kid. And then my dad, he chose to have a kid with her, but my parents met in a bar, so let's just leave it like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And so my dad was also an immigrant. We'll leave it at that. If you know, you know.
Yeah, if you know, you know.
My mom's Chicana, so she had her papers. So, my dad, he was working 16 hours a day. My mom didn't really work because she was, I mean, she's doing what she's doing.
Yeah.
Then my grandma was living with us. She can't work. My dad, you know, was trying to pay this mortgage. He's also an immigrant. He didn't come from money, so every dollar he's making is that. I don't really. He taught me how to be a man because I saw what he did working his ass off.
Right.
But like I never got to play like basketball with my dad like that. Like, hey dad, you want to play ball? Whenever I had basketball games or, you know, volleyball games, my dad wasn't really there. And you know, whenever I had girl problems, my dad would be like, "Fuck that bitch." That's all he could say. Like, just keep working, you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, growing up with that, I think kind of made me who I am today. You know, but it wasn't the best. I'm not gonna. I didn't have the best childhood.
Right.
But it definitely influenced the depressing music I make today and the happy music because now I appreciate things more. So it was tough, dude. You know, and I was also working. Like I was working at 8 years old. I never did the field work. I never had to work as hard as this guy. I never had to work as hard as a lot of Mexicans did. But I mean, I still got it in my blood. So you know, I was washing dishes at 14, scraping gum off tables at 8 years old. And I think that kept me grounded. And then the music is what kept me alive too. Like I was writing songs at like 8. Like,
damn.
So.
That's a lot. Does
that kind of answer your question?
Yeah. Well, the reason why I ask is because I only have one son, and you know we've had talks about like even just my family members asking me, they're like, "Are you gonna have another?" And I'm like, I don't know. I don't have and then they're like, "Well, you gotta have another." That's like one of the first things I hear is, "Well, you can't have him be an only child. You can't have him this."
I will tell you this. As an only child, again, like you're a good dad, and I'm saying my dad. You know, like you have a good family plan. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So I will tell you this: as a kid, I did start thinking about death very early when I was an only child. You start getting in your head because you don't really have someone to talk to and keep your mind off those what is it called? Extraterrestrial? Or no, it's
extracurricular. Maybe?
No. I learned it in college. I forgot it. You know, now this is the old man kicking in. But you start thinking about deeper thoughts.
Oh, okay.
Really earlier because your mind's not occupied with like another person your age. Let's go play basketball. So that did happen. Number 2, if you spoil the only kid, the only child, he might become narcissistic.
Okay.
You know, I don't think that's gonna happen to you, but there's some worries about it. And I will tell you this: now that I am now that I'm 27 and I want to have kids, I want to have a lot of kids because I was an only child. So I will tell you this: the one thing I fear though is like if I have 2 sons and they like become jealous of each other, they compete with each other. I don't teach them how to love each other. Okay. But I feel like that's gonna be on me as a father, not on the fact that you have 2 kids. You know. And then I fear if I have like a son and a daughter, they're gonna fight all the time. But that's me as a father. Gotcha. That's not going to be the kid's fault. So, maybe have another one, bro.
Yeah, maybe I thought about that, and I asked because I think it depends on what. There's obviously the factors that go into it, like what type of environment you have your child in. I'm sure. I mean, I don't know for a fact.
It's going to get lonely, dude.
Is it?
It's going to get lonely because if you're 5 years old and your parents can't be with you all the time, you're going to spend some alone time. You feel me? So you're gonna spend 3, 4, 5 hours by yourself, and even when my parents did buy me toys. When I was a kid, I'd be playing by myself with the toys, like playing by myself. See, I'm hella goofy. Playing, and then you start creating these storylines, and maybe that makes them more creative too. But bro, I will tell you this: even through all that shit, I would always tell my parents like, "I want a brother, I want a brother." It was because I was lonely, bro. I was lonely. Yeah, I swear to God. Now, if you live in a neighborhood where there's hella kids, you feel me? And and the kid always has friends around. There's always people here, primos or something. Maybe then it's not that bad. Okay, so just keep that in mind.
Okay,
yeah,
I appreciate that. Yeah. Like that was more like a personal one for me because I'm getting up there in age too. I'm not crazy. I'm only 30. Not too bad.
I mean, but I heard 30s are a good one.
I mean,
you can't. You can't. I'm looking forward to 30s because at 30 it's like, all right, I can't fuck around anymore. Yeah. So from 30 to 40, it's like you've accepted that you're not that young anymore. You're not that old. So 30 to 40 is just all grind time, Yeah. And then maybe even enjoying life more. Whereas when you're 20, you're like fucking around doing some stupid shit, drinking and driving or something like that, Yeah. So hopefully by 30, you stop that.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, like I said, I'm good off all that. So
yeah,
we I got some thinking to do.
We all do. I'm trying to have my first kid
already.
Yeah.
Oh, like wait, like it's in motion?
No. I'm trying to set my life up to where I can. I'm trying to get the house.
It's a beautiful thing, bro. It's besides doing this, it's the one thing that I'm passionate about. Besides, like I said, even this, my son, my family will come always before this. You know what I'm saying? So it's something I'm like super passionate about, and I hold that title of a dad. I hold that like near and dear to my heart. That's like if someone were to ask me like, what's the biggest compliment you can get? What's the one thing what's his best quality or his best trait, I would hope in my mind that it would say he's a great dad.
Yeah.
That's like my ultimate, like, he's a great dad. That's like the best compliment I can get.
You can be a good singer and a horrible father.
Yeah.
That's one of my biggest fears, dude. I do not want to be a neglectful father.
That was mine too growing up.
You know, like little shit, because you know, like, hey dad, look at this drawing, and then you're so occupied about yourself, you go, oh, leave me alone, and then you know, oh fuck, what did I just do to my kid? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to catch that shit.
Yeah. That's same thing, exactly the same. Man, we're just relating on everything. You feel me?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Happy to meet you, bro.
I appreciate you, man. And it's, you know, after we got done with our thing, if you remember too, I kept saying, I was like, we done? Because I got to go to my, you know, I kept saying, I was like, I got my son. I got to hurry up and go to him. You know, he's waiting on me at the crib. You know, he's only 2 years old. You know what I mean? And he's waiting for me and I'm waiting for him too.
And those toddler years or the infant years, they're only 4 years.
Yeah.
Like that.
That's quick.
You know what I'm saying? I watched a little Instagram reel on that. Like, you really only have your toddlers. Jordan Peterson.
Yes.
He was saying you only have
the first 4 or 5 years to really connect with them.
Yeah.
I had just talked about that in another episode. Yeah.
Jordan Peterson's the GOAT, man. I like that dude.
Yeah, they said he said the first 4 or 5 years is when that's your bond time as a dad and a child. And if you don't have that, they said you don't get that strong connection. Like, you can always build and be closer, but you're never gonna have that strong connection. I heard that same thing. I had just talked about it on another episode. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, man. But let's go on one last thing before we, you know, wrap this up and close out, bro. So Ladybug dropping
June 30th.
June 30th.
2022.
Pre-sale. It's coming up quick, bro. Pre-sale?
Yeah, I got the pre-sale.
And you said nudes? First 100 nudes? Y'all want his nudes?
The first 100 people to buy the album, I'm going to be sending you guys exclusive Don Caprice nudes.
Okay, y'all heard it. Okay.
This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Jump on.
I told you, see, people think I'm a hard ass, but like, if you get to know me, like, I be saying I be saying stupid shit
off
all
the top. But so what do you think about for this rollout, though? Like, are you going to, like, how do you feel about it coming out? Like, are you nervous with it? Are you excited?
I'm nervous that it won't get the recognition that it deserves.
You think?
Yeah, that's like, but to me, like, the recognition I think it deserves is like millions.
Oh, okay. So if you're comparing it to that,
it's just of the work that I put in. That's the only thing I'm nervous about. But it's a good body of work. I'm proud of it. I'm proud of Isis to this day. I'm proud of
project.
I'm proud of Ladybug, which also is a beautiful project, and I'm proud of the Curse of Empathy, even though I'm not completely done with it. And yeah, just go listen to it. Like, whoever's watching it, go hit that link. I'm sending it to you. Just go listen to it.
Yeah,
it's good shit.
Yeah.
No Makeup is my favorite song on that album.
Okay.
It's about, I should have went deeper in this, but it's about liking a girl for when she doesn't have makeup on the most, or loving her when she doesn't have makeup, as opposed to her Instagram pics where she has all the makeup. She looks like this bad bitch. Like, I like you for you, bitch. You feel
Instagram
me?
versus reality.
Exactly. I can't even sing. I'll send it to you.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll leave it there. You know, it was good. It was a good talk, man. Appreciate you.
Well, bro, I appreciate you coming out. Oh, you know what? But I'll say this, and hopefully it's okay to say this. There, I talk to a lot of people, right? Whether it's on air, off air, friends. I have a lot of people that, like, I relate to, yourself included. I bond with a lot of people, yourself too. And even in that, there's a small percentage of people who really consistently want to put the work in, right? So I have a bunch of group of friends. I mean, I have a bunch of homies and I have a group of friends, and then I have like close ones, you know? Everybody talks about being consistent, but not really being consistent. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What I'll say about Don is that he is consistent. And what you see online is maybe, and mind you, this is only, I haven't known him that long. We haven't known each other for the years. We don't have this crazy, I didn't go to, UC Santa Cruz with them.
No, okay. I bet you like,
yeah.
Go. Yeah.
So, but in this short time frame, just from following his journey and listening to the music and each body of work from when you sent me that body of work and just the YouTube videos and everything, the consistency in there, but you can see the hard work. You feel what I'm saying? And one thing I can appreciate is I'm a busy guy, right? I say a hell of times, I'm busy all the fucking time. Sometimes I don't message back right away. It takes me a minute sometimes.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. But, for y'all that don't know, Don kept messaging me and was telling me, hey, I'm ready whenever you are. Let's set it up. Oh, shit. Yep, that's right. Let's get this in. I'm ready. This week I got this going on. 2 days later would pass, whatever. yo, whenever you're ready, bro, let's lock in. Let's get a date in. I'm like, shit, that's right. That's right. And he sent me a message again. It was just like, yo, whenever, I don't care. You're like, essentially it was just like, whatever time you tell me the place, I'm 10. I don't have a 9 to 5. I don't have another option. I'm 10 toes in. That's something I can hella appreciate. And a lot of people should feel like they should emulate more to be, if you want to be like considered like more taken like seriously, you know? So
yeah, let people know.
Let people know. Like
don't get offended if people say, don't get offended if people don't reply. Don't get offended if people say no. Ask again.
Yeah.
Straight up. If people don't reply, they might be busy. Straight up. You not replying, bro? I knew what was up because I don't reply to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because I prioritize my text. If someone's like, hey, bro, you want to go drinking? I probably won't reply. Hey, bro, can I come into the studio session tonight? If I'm already booked 14 hours, I'm not replying to you because you aren't planning ahead.
Yeah.
So if I don't reply to you, it's not because it's just I have so much shit going on. Ask me again. Text me twice. Triple text me. I'm going to reply.
Yeah.
I'm not an asshole. I'm just busy.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not an asshole. I'm just busy.
I feel it, bro. That's, and like I said, I knew from those, our engagements, and even setting up from when we first linked up, already from the jump, we were like, we gotta do something. You know what I'm saying?
Bro. Foot on the gas pedal.
Yeah. So I appreciate you again, man, coming all the way over here. We'll definitely have you back. It doesn't have to be just this one time. And then I definitely think we got some more other things we can work on.
Hopefully by then I'm gonna be pulling up with the Lamborghini, with
the updated BMW maybe too. Just kidding.
I'm going Honda. Yeah, get a Honda. If you're gonna be a businessman, you're gonna be driving, get the Honda. Fuck the BMW.
I got a little Acura, so it's not too. Yeah. It's in the middle between. Not even too flashy, but chill. It's a 2010, all right? It's nothing crazy.
Hey, man. Car AB.
There we go.
I already learned my lesson. You don't need that shit.
All right, bro. Well, tell the people, where they can find you, where they can check out your music, where they can follow you and everything.
You can find me at Don Caprice, DON space CAPRICE. That's my name. I just hope I did not spell that wrong. That'd be so embarrassing.
Hold up.
And then Instagram, Don Caprice _. You'll be able to find me.
Check out the merch.
Yeah, check out the merch. DM me if you want to work. Just DM me. I'll give you my phone number. I'm very accessible. Let's work.
Ladybug, June 30th. Pre-order.
June 30th, Ladybug. Pre-order.
Pre-order.
Buy that shit.
Peace. Y'all stay safe.